Burr, folks. Do you have this clip, Rob? Eviscerates effing idiot internet trolls who say the LA wildfires were mismanaged. Okay. He is on which show? With Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad
Great
he has
show.
his name tag on in case we forget it. So and go ahead, Rob. Play this clip with Bill Burr.
Liberal.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's very good to see you. I heard you had to evacuate your home.
Yes. Like most people, I had to. I got lucky, the winds moved, but, the fire was coming and all that stuff. So I feel lucky.
Are you guys back in?
And I think everybody did a great job.
Great job.
Unlike the internet,
Yeah, right. I know. It's right.
Oh, my God. All of these fire experts. Why didn't you just fly a helicopter into the ocean and then just, I don't know, because there was 100-knot winds? You want to do that? You want to do that at night, you lunatic?
How are you?
This was definitely mismanaged.
That's a big word we're hearing now.
Mismanaged, like some idiot on the internet knows how to manage the worst fire in LA, sitting there in his underwear. You know what? Looking at the footage on the internet, I have determined that this here was mismanaged.
Vinny.
Well, first of all, this is from a guy that openly says he doesn't read, and you can obviously see why. Like, first of all, beyond ridiculous. Does anybody out there, you guys, our audience, anybody believe that they did a great job or what they're doing? This dude is completely out of touch. Okay, he also there's another clip, Robbie. I'll just say it. He criticized CNN on the same episode that the healthcare industry, the United Healthcare CEO's assassination, and he supported the accused Luigi Mangione. He goes, "Free Luigi." Because he's comparing them to insurance practices. Oh, yeah, that's who he is. But, okay, so they did a great job. Let's go over the facts, Bill. 1,200 structures destroyed. 12,000, I'm sorry. 25 lives lost. 40,000 acres burned, and they're still burning. And there's more fires being set as we speak. I saw one last night. They got another guy for starting another fire, and that's a great job. I mean, how much more would have to have been destroyed for you to say it was a failure? Okay, and your house didn't burn down, Bill. He's excited. Yeah, my house didn't, and that's why you're gonna start criticizing and talking shit. And nobody is blaming the firefighters. Okay, they're heroes. Okay, they're out here risking their lives with inadequate resources. The governor's full of shit. Everybody knows he's full of shit. No matter how much he tries to fact check and be his thing, we just fact checked him right here. But that's not the point. The issue is years of poor decisions, mismanagement, and the neglect that set the stage for disaster. And let's go back to who Bill Burr really is. During the pandemic, he criticized those. I don't know if you have, Rob, do you have those where he criticized anyone who opposed masks and vaccines? This guy in 2021, he criticized anybody refusing, and he said, it's so effing dumb. This, I don't trust it. You're all full of shit and you don't trust it, highlighting everybody's reasoning. This is who Bill Burr is. And then in 2020 on Rogan, he defended wearing masks. When Rogan questioned the necessity, he responded, "I'm not going to sit here with no medical degree, listening to you all with no medical degrees, acting like we know what's better than the CDC." Okay, this guy's probably quadruple vax and has taken every vaccine. And then in 2021, he criticized DeSantis for banning mask mandates in the state, referring to such politicians as effing pieces of you know what. And then I tried to realize it, like, how does somebody who's, to me, one of the top 10 comedians of all time, where's this shift? Where does this, you believing the internet and to say that it was a great job? Then I realized, think about the household. You guys remember his wife? Nia Renee Hill. She was at a UFC match. She got great seats because of probably Dana White and the Joe Rogan relationship. She's sitting behind the president of the United States, who's very close with Donald Trump, and she's flipping the bird. Look at Bill Burr's face and look at her flipping the bird. And then in my head, Tom, I'm like, what would make somebody have this much hate? Emerson College. She went to Emerson. What kind of school is Emerson?
It's a very liberal college.
Oh, okay. So it's one of those. Okay. And then back in 2018, she got upset for being mistaking the internet that he's talking about, for mistaking her for Regina King. And she called it a racial stereotyping. She blamed white media creators for not being able to tell black people apart. But here's the kicker. You're married to a white guy, okay? It's like the Don Lemon thing. They always preach that white people are evil and that they're the biggest problems, but you're all married to white people. So is Don Lemon, Okay,
Don Lemon is married to a white guy.
a white man, but white people are the
Don
problem.
Lemon's gay?
Yeah. But it just
Get
like,
outta here.
It just goes
Andy's
to show you.
good at it.
Yeah, it just goes to show you how out of touch somebody like Bill Burr is. And I don't care what people say about his comedy. He's brilliant. But to say some dumb shit like that, I not only disagree with it, I hope like whoever's in his ear, and I think we know who it is, you need to get out of that woke mind virus shit because it's not working.
Well, Vinny, with everything, there's nuance. Some things you say that are right, some things you say that are wrong. Let me just address the biggest incorrect statement you said.
What?
Are you ready for it?
What?
You came out there and you said the following. Bill Burr, one of the top 10 comedians of all time, I almost lost my mind.
You don't think he's in the top 10?
I don't think this guy's in the top 100.
Really?
Is he a good comedian? Has he had a good career? Stop it.
No, he's in the top 10.
Okay.
No.
Stop it.
You don't.
Let's let the audience.
Okay.
Let's
Can we make a bet though, really fast? What
top
do you
10 all time.
Okay, hold on. Let's make
Are
a
you
bet.
kidding me?
Pat, can we do this bet? If our audience goes, what would you say, 75% or higher, the best top 10? If he's in the top 10, $100.
I'm not going to bet this just
I'm
because.
just saying, let's do the bet. He's in the top 10.
Run the
Because
poll, Rob.
sometimes
Run the
our
poll.
audience will say that
No.
98% chance
Bill
we didn't
Burr
land
a
on the
top
moon.
10
Who knows?
comedian of all time?
Bill Burr, in my opinion, is nowhere near the top 10.
Okay.
He ain't Chappelle. He ain't Chris Rock. He ain't Jerry Seinfeld. He ain't close.
He's up there.
However,
Yeah,
we do know that he's married to a liberal black woman who's flipping the bird to Donald Trump.
Yep.
Okay, all good. But by the way, let's figure out if you know who's going to have the deciding vote.
You were about to make a quick $100. I'm just telling you right
I don't
now.
need the money. I just want to make the state
Let it
the
go, let it
fact
go, let it keep
that
going.
Bill Burr ain't that dude. He ain't that dude.
Okay.
I'll give him a shout out for
So
being a
stay,
white comedian who
guys,
hasn't
2
been
minutes
canceled.
on this.
Yeah, go.
Tell me
But here
about
we go.
California and what he
But
said.
what I will say is, great. Since when are we listening to a comedian's opinion on anything with the fire? Who cares? But speaking of celebrities whose houses are burnt down, Mel Gibson, James Woods, Paris Hilton, Billy Crystal, John Goodman, Miles Teller, Anthony Hopkins. They're gonna get a say here. Let's let them have a say. You know also who's gonna have a say in this? The tens of thousands of people whose houses have burned down and the hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions of people, whose lives are going to be completely uprooted. They're going to have a say, and they're going to have a vote in the upcoming election, whether Gavin Newsom, whether Karen Bass, whether any of these people should retain their positions. My speculation is if they're not drinking the water that was just burnt down and having weird stuff in their water, these people are going to be looking for new jobs. That's my...
So I think it's really easy as a comedian to just get invited on a show and go on a riff. It's very hard to, and that's an opinion, and you can just spout off all you want. It's very hard to face facts and go on a riff like that. And so he's throwing his opinion out there. He's dropping the profanity in there. Oh, would you fly a helicopter and you do that? And so I just put very little in it. And he's been given a stage by liberal publicist Jimmy Kimmel that I can't even call him, in my opinion, a talk show host or a comedian in his own right, because he's become a political pundit and a PR mouthpiece for all that he believes in, and has become really difficult to watch. Not my opinion, the opinion of many peers, including those who are signing his paycheck inside of a large office building. And so I just put very little stock in this. And, you know, I will say this, I will agree with Adam, write that down, agree with Adam, when you go down the list, the Pantheon, the Hall of Fame, and you go Lenny Bruce, Richard Pryor, George Carlin, Robin Williams, Chris Rock, Jerry Seinfeld, Dave Chappelle, and others. Freddie Prinze, I think, was a genius and gone too soon. You know, and the Spaceman, the Man in the Mirror, right? Thank you very much.
Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman,
was
of course.
more of an improvisational
I'm
guy,
up
but-
to 11, and this guy's not even there, and I'm
And
not.
Tom's not even funny, Vinny.
I'm not a connoisseur of comedy, right? I just think, you know, Bill just needs to save it.
Yeah.
You know, there's
Vinny, I'm
he's not
questioning your
he's not
judgment.
looking at the facts.
By the way,
Tom,
let
And
me
he's-
great
tell you
answer.
guys.
But guess
You
what?
think PBD, I
but
want
you
to
know
get
what?
PBD's response.
I'll tell you what I'll defend.
Yeah.
I'll defend his right to say what he said, but then I'll defend
Yeah.
my right to just say what I just said and go analyze it.
If his house burnt down,
Oh,
I
different
guarantee
tune.
you'd be singing a different tune.
Correct.
Now,
Now,
when I said, come on, Tom, let's let the boss have a say here before you get a pow pow. We don't need that. You think Bill Burr's a top 10 comedian? Do you think what he said was right? Give your speculation.
This is going to sound weird, guys. I've listened to, if I tell you top 10 comedians I've listened to the most, Bill Burr is in my top 5 of listening to.
Okay.
but I'm not. I've
So
never.
you haven't listened to many. Is what you're saying.
I found that Lenny Bruce is Rogan's favorite comedian. I've never listened to Lenny Bruce.
Sickest gift you given to Lenny. Well, Lenny Bruce was in the 1950s.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying
Nobody
to you
does.
is I'm not in this world to know. You ask me different sports that I followed.
Yeah.
I could tell you. You ask me every clip of every time Bill Burr was on Conan O'Brien. How many times have I watched each one of the 15 clips? It's 100+ times.
Yeah.
I can, like Hillary Clinton, she dressed like a real estate agent. You look at her.
Yeah, yeah.
I was kind of glad,
Yeah.
He came out and when it won, we thought this was such a big thing, the hockey thing when we won. This is like, with the Gibson home run, like the stuff he does is he's very
That's
good.
like saying, since you're a sports player, it's like saying
when
that
he
Rex
came up,
Chapman
Philadelphia,
is one of the top 10
when he got
basketball
up
players
there
of
and
all
does the
time.
Philadelphia,
Bashed him
was it
for-
Philadelphia? Yeah, Philadelphia.
For 20 minutes.
Dude, I watched that thing 100 times. I hope your mother's son, like the stuff that he does.
Yeah.
You're like this guy. However, I'm not having that debate. That's not in my priority.
And I'm
in
a
my
comedian,
life.
Adam, so I'm a different
Let me
lens.
just make my
Yeah, so
point
yeah,
and let's
yeah.
go move on. 'Cause honestly, we got a few stories I want to get into. This is not that important. I love that he knows the playbook to go out there and say something that nobody else is saying and everybody else reacts. And he gets 100 million views.
Yep.
Good for him. Okay? Now, all the other stuff with California, to say that the other people can't say anything, the helicopter, why you go fly the helicopter? What are you talking about? That's the job of the guy that if crisis happens, he's supposed to go out there and save people's lives. Don't take the damn job. Yeah. What do you mean you go fly the helicopter? No, the other people that don't do it, they don't want that job. That's the point. I don't want that job. I don't want to be that person. The other person's taking that job. So no, I fully disagree on what he's talking about. There are the people that are in it that are being directly impacted who have the highest moral authority of giving feedback of what happened. When you think about the state of California, you had a reservoir called the Santa Ynez Reservoir, 117 million gallons of water in it that's been empty since February of last year due to a hole on the cover because of bird poop. They were worried about that they couldn't fix that quickly. That Michael Schleppenberger that's being on Tucker Carlson is saying we asked other people that are running other reservoirs saying if the reservoir is empty for a week or two, we panic. We fill it up ASAP. And you mean to tell me as a governor in the state of California that has access to 1,300 reservoirs, that's how many reservoirs California has. Don't you think as a governor of a state that you know the biggest crisis that happens in your state is either earthquakes or fires, generally more fire than earthquakes? Don't you think you would have a chart on the wall to be looking at how your reservoirs are doing, specifically in Palisades? Your celebrity Hollywood actors that invite you to dinners are the ones that are going to be directly impacted by this, and you have a reservoir that's been empty for almost a year, and you're not watching this? You don't need a MBA or a bachelor's or a master's in water and fire to understand that that's a dumb move. That's dumb. And that's called horrible leadership by the man running that state. This is why so many people are reaching out to me right now about getting behind somebody for California for a governor and wanting to find ways to get this guy to resign or do a recall. Yesterday, we looked at the lieutenant general of the state of California. So if he resigns, his same exact person is going to get in there. Lieutenant General is this lady called Lena Konalakis. So resigning is actually not the solution. It's recalling and getting somebody else in there and getting people that are willing to go out there and give a message in California that are able to sell and evangelize and others getting behind it. There's going to be a lot of stuff happening right now in California, folks. Stay tuned. You're going to see some major things taking place in California of people pushing for a recall. This was a travesty. This was tragic. And no, you don't need education to look at these things and do a little bit of research and say, none of this makes any sense. It just doesn't. It comes down to leadership. So, but anyways, will I still listen to his comedy? 100%. He's funny as hell. If you're at Valuetainment, we like to make predictions, okay? And we have a lot of fun with predictions. If you watch the podcast, we make predictions. We play the game of predictions. So, do you think you're pretty good at making predictions? Do you yourself? You're like, I'm very good at making predictions. Well, guess what? We're playing a game. And it's the first 100 days of Donald Trump as a president. And we're playing this game on VTnews.ai with a leaders bulletin, with a contest, with recognition at the end, with prizes at the end. And here's how it works. Every day, VTnews.ai is going to post a prediction for you to make on the website, and you go out there and make the predictions yourself. And by the way, to participate, all you have to do is put your email there. It's free. You don't have to do anything else. For some of you that want to take advantage of all the features that vtnews.ai gives, upgrade, use it. We use vtnews.ai for our podcast all the time. And here's how it works. It's starting today. And the way the scoring system works is the sooner you make the predictions, like Tom is doing it right now to get the highest scores. Look, he's doing it right now. He's not even waiting for us. Tom's been doing this so fast because he wants to be ahead of everybody. But we're going to show you how this works. So here's 14 predictions that are officially available on the website. Some of them are going to be funny. Some of them are not. And some of them are going to tell you exactly how many points you can get on those if you get them right. There is more points if you answer faster. So if you want to put a reminder on your phone in the morning, each prediction will be posted on the website at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, Rob, let's read some of these predictions on vtnews.ai from the top to bottom. And Vinnie, Tom, Adam, if you guys want to score your predictions now, you can. Let's go through them.
I'm going to go. Okay.
So number one, I'm not logged in, but we can start it here right now. So, number one, how many former presidents do you think will attend Trump's inauguration? Okay. None, 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay. And if Michelle doesn't show up, it still counts as Obama showing up. So 4 is everybody shows up. 3 is one of them doesn't show up, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay. Vote.
Number 2, Trump has stated he has 100 executive orders planned for day 1. How many executive orders will Trump execute by the end of January 21st? That's a day after inauguration. You have the breakdown on how many he's going to do. Go to the next one, Rob. Okay. Which Trump cabinet appointee confirmation hearing process will take the longest if they are all confirmed at all? You can pick and choose which ones those are. They're right there. Go to the next one, Rob. What will the state of U.S. border security look like at the end of Trump's first week in office? It gives you options on what to do. 5, what will happen to Truth Social 1 month after Trump takes office? 6, will Trump pardon Snowden the first 100 days? 7, will Trump restart the Keystone Pipeline the first 100 days? 8, how many of Trump's core cabinet members will change within the first 100 days? Will Trump once again remove the U.S. from the Paris Climate Accords in his first 100 days? 10, how will inflation compare on the day 100 versus his first day? 11, will Trump evoke an executive order in his first 100 days to resume construction on the southern border, the wall that he wanted to build? 12, who will receive executive pardons during Trump's first 100 days? Rob, can you open that one up? Because that's 800 points. And that one, you got a few of them right there. Who do you think is going to get that? Will it be Biden, January 6 rioters, himself, Fauci, Mayorkas, or none of the above? Go to 13. I've got 2 more to go. Will an incident that creates a security concern happen during Trump's inauguration? And last but not least, will Trump take executive action against TikTok in his first 100 days? If you are good at, by the way, behind closed doors, I just want to prepare you guys. Because Tom has an MBA and the rest of us don't, Tom's been talking shit that he's going to kill us in this game because Tom is very good at these types of games. Yep. So if you want to join us, we're going to go all the way to the 100th day, which means the 100th day will be 100 days from January 20th. So it's not going to be done till February, March, April, end of April, okay? Maybe May 1st. And then the winners will have some special surprise and prizes for you guys. So go to vtnews.ai and start posting your predictions now. You do get points the earlier you post. So the second person gets fewer, third fewer, fourth fewer. And the leaders bulletin will be posted with your name there. Make sure your name is there so we can track you. You will see the leaders bulletin of people with the highest scores on their predictions. All right. So let's get right into it. Again, go to vtnews.ai, vtnews.ai to become the Newstradamus. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.